Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a story time. I recently went onto Twitter and basically did a poll on there asking you guys what kind of video you wanted to see next from me, and you guys were all like story time. So today I'm going to be sharing a story time about the time when me and my sister saw a ghost. Now, if I like kind of look fidgety and like a bit uncomfortable in this video, it's because I'm probably terrified, because I don't know, when you retell a story about something creepy that's happened to you, you get kind of scared. Like, I'm really expecting something to happen. So first things first, this happened in Jamaica. Pretty much every year, me and mum and my sister, maybe my nan too, we would go down to Jamaica and just spend up to a month there, you know, just with family and just kind of chilling out there really. Like, most of my memories and like my best childhood memories come from Jamaica, and I love it. I love it so much. If you guys know me, you know that's like it has my heart. So anyway, this story is about when I was young. I was probably about 9-10 years old, and basically whenever we'd go to Jamaica, we'd go to this parish called St. Thomas. Now, if you guys don't know what a parish is, it's basically like an area in Jamaica, if that makes sense. So like, you know, in the UK, in London, for instance, we'd have like Lewisham and then we'd have Brixton. That's kind of equivalent to what a parish is. So we went to the parish of St. Thomas, and that's where my Auntie Bev lived. Now, my Auntie Beverly was like, I just loved her. She was like my second mum. Like, she was just so sweet, and whenever we'd be in Jamaica, we'd be with her. So we were staying there, and I was having the time of my life. Like, yes honey, patty, yes honey, mango, like, yeah, I was in heaven. Things were going great, and the one time that I didn't look forward to in Jamaica was nighttime. So I hated going to sleep, mainly because when it gets dark in Jamaica, it gets pitch black. So there's no street lights, there's no little tint of something out the window. No, it's like, no honey, nighttime. It's really scary, and being that young, you're thinking, bloody hell, like, can you guys buy a lamp, you know, something? So yeah, nighttime came around, and it was time to go to bed. Obviously I was younger, so I wasn't staying up like all hours of the night and stuff like that. So me and my sister went to bed. My sister is 5 years older than me, bear that in mind. And yeah, so we went to bed, got into the bed, everything was fine, everything was hunky-dory. Like, I was good, okay? I mean, I was still scared, but I was okay. So yeah, I'm laying in bed, eventually I drift off, and then I hear like a very faint tapping like sound. So I'm like, okay. So your immediate reaction is cockroach, a very large mosquito, or just something, some form of a creature doing something in that room. I'm petrified of any, I don't like animals, I don't like insects, no. Honey, keep them to that side, because I can't. So my eyes are as big as the fucking moon, and I'm just like, whoa, like what is that? My sister's beside me and she's fast asleep. My mum, I assume, is out. I'm not sure. On this particular occasion, she wasn't there though, so she could have been just outside the room, or she might have been out, I'm not sure. But my aunt was in the house too, and so was her husband and her daughter. So anyway, my eyes are wide awake, and I kind of like look around a bit, and I look at the floor. Like, my immediate reaction is to look at the floor, because usually you might see something like running around. Like, Jamaica has loads of insects, so you know, that's just my immediate thought. And since I'm petrified of them, I knew I had to find wherever this tapping was. So anyway, I wake up, I'm looking around, sister's asleep, I'm just like, oh god, like, what is going on? Obviously I'm young, so I'm just kind of like, my heart's pounding. Then I kind of like, okay, so basically the bed is here in the room, and then at the end of the bed there's a wardrobe, and it's quite high, not too high, but high enough, not completely to the ceiling though. So, sorry if my eyes start to water, but it's creepy talking about stuff again. So anyway, I look like up, just like a bit, at the wardrobe straight ahead, and oh, okay, and then I see like these legs like hanging down from the wardrobe, and they're like, okay, so basically it's like someone's sitting on top of the wardrobe, but their legs are hanging down. So I'm looking at these legs and I'm just like, what? So yeah, my heart is pounding, and I'm just kind of like, okay, Jesus is definitely coming back for me. I don't say anything, I don't scream. It's not enough for me to be like, oh my god, like, Bianca, wake up. That's my sister, by the way. It's not enough for me to kind of panic and wake the whole house up, but I'm intrigued, but I'm scared. So yeah, I see these legs hanging down from the wardrobe, and I'm just kind of like, what the hell is that? So I'm seeing these legs, and they're kind of swinging back and forward to the point where it's tapping at the wardrobe. Sorry. So that's where the tapping's coming from, and I'm just like, okay, I found the tapping, that's good. Yeah, sure. So then I wipe my eyes kind of work their way up slowly. It's kind of like a horror film. That's what it felt like to me. And obviously I'm young, so everything is terrifying. So my eyes kind of work their way up the wardrobe. And I noticed that the person, whatever this is, and I'm assuming it's a person, has on like a long cloak. Like, not a cloak, but you know, like Blade, the movie Blade, how he had on that long black leather jacket that was really like not good for my eyes because it was just hideous. It was like that. So this person, whatever it was on the wardrobe, it was wearing that. So like you could see it kind of like at their calf, because obviously they're sitting. So I'm seeing this figure, whatever it is. So I'm working my way up and up and up and up until I get to like the head. I don't see anything. Like, I don't see a face. I see like, imagine a tilted head. So something like this, but with a hat on. I don't want to say like a fedora. I don't think that's the right word. But it's kind of like one of those kind of like, them like gentleman kind of hats. I don't know how to explain it, but he has like that on. So bear in mind, I can't tell if this is a human or not. I'm not sure what it is, but I in my heart, I feel like it was a person sitting on the wardrobe. But it's weird because I was scared, and I remember like not being able to breathe very well, like I'm not being able to breathe now, and thinking there's a man in the room, like on the wardrobe, and why am I sitting here, and why am I not panicking, and why am I not waking up somebody? But I didn't feel threatened. I felt okay, but I still felt scared. So my immediate reaction is to pull the covers over my head and just stay there until I fall asleep. And eventually I did, and I'd wake up the next morning and I'd be fine. And I didn't tell anybody about it, which is really strange, and I've always kind of to this day thought about it and thought about why I never mentioned it, but I just never did. Yeah, so days went on and it happened more and more in the night, and I kind of got used to it, but I was still scared of it. It was like something, it was like awaiting something that you knew was going to happen and still getting scared of it at the same time, but not doing anything about it. So yeah, it happened over and over again. There was one time where I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe it's not what I think it is. Maybe it's like something on the wardrobe. So it could be like a coat, I don't know, something's hanging on the wardrobe. So I remember turning on the light, because the light switch was like positioned by my like bed, if that makes sense, like on the wall. So I remember switching on the light and it being gone. So I was like, oh, okay, Jesus, you got me. So I was good, you know, and then when I turned it back off, the fucking thing would be back, because I was just like, what is going on? So it came to a point where even though I was young, I started to kind of convince myself that it was probably nothing, and I was probably just being irrational. So yeah. Okay, so it wasn't till like recent years I actually told my mum about the story about this person or whatever it was in the room with us, and she kind of looked at me like, really, Shen, really? Are you sure you weren't just sleeping, you had a dream? And I was like, well, unless I had the dream like 8 times, like, I don't know. I'm convinced that I know what I saw, basically, and I was telling her about it, and she kind of accepted what I was saying, but it didn't really seem like she believed what I said, which is kind of strange for my mum, because she usually believes everything I tell her. Not in like a bad way, but like if I tell her something serious, like she knows when I'm lying or when I'm not. So I told her about it, and it kind of just, it was kind of put to a side. It was like, oh, okay, and so hush, you know, you'll be fine. So then time passed, and it wasn't until probably like last year that I got a phone call from my mum. Now she was in like a panic, and I was thinking, what the hell, like who's died now? Like what's going on? So she's like, are you and your sister taking the mick? So I'm like, maybe? Like what? What have we done? So she's like, your sister's just called me, and but we were just having a random conversation, and she mentions that ghost you was talking about. And she was saying how she saw a ghost in Auntie Bev's house. So my heart drops, like, immediately. And my eyes start watering, and I'm just like, what? And she's like, yeah, you know, did you guys plan this to, like, scare me? So I'm like, Mom, I haven't told her, like, about the situation, and I'd never told my sister about it. Sorry. So I was like, I haven't told her, I've never told her about this situation ever, so I'm just as shocked as you are. And my mum was like, no, guys, like, stop. So eventually my sister came over, and we were speaking about it, and I remember she was like crying, not like crying as in like, oh my god, but crying as in like you can't help it, like the tears just come out your eyes. And then I started crying, and Mum was just looking at us like, yo, some weird kids. So my heart's like pounding, and I'm just like, oh my god, like you saw it as well, like why didn't you say anything? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know either, like I didn't understand why we didn't tell each other, because me and my sister have always been quite close. Bear in mind, when we was younger, we didn't have that kind of sisterly connection we have now. You'd think that you'd tell your sister. So we was really confused, and we was like, you know, I don't know why we didn't mention it earlier, but you know, she was telling me about how she saw it, and you know, whenever she did see it, she kind of just hide away. Whereas me, I'm just the eager one, just like, no, okay. So we was talking about it and how we both seen it, and it was just creepy, and my mum was kind of just like, whoa. So yeah, that's how I found out that had gone through similar experiences to me, but she just never told me, and I'd never told her, so we never really could confide in each other about it. So anyway, this was a couple years ago that my mum found out about, you know, the fact that we actually did see something. So then after that, obviously, I don't know if you guys know, but earlier last year, this was in like April, I went back to Jamaica, and it had been like literally 7 or so years since I'd been back. So I was really excited, my sister was really excited, and then my mum announces that we're going to my Auntie Bev's house because we have to be respectful and we have to visit. So I'm like, listen, honey, okay, we can go, but I ain't staying there. So you can stay. I'd rather sleep outside in the bush because I'm not staying in that room. So mom's like, don't be silly. Like, we're not going to stay there. Obviously, we were staying in like my other aunt's house at the time when we was in Jamaica last year, and we was also staying in a hotel. So my mum was like, we have no reason to go to bush because like she lives in like the bush area. That's the only way I can describe it. Although that's like where I grew up, now I can't. Like, the mosquitoes there are too damn big. I can't take it, and there was no way that I was going to stay there. There was just no way. So the time came when we was going, and what was annoying was that we drove there in the night. I'm not sure why. I feel like we went there coming back from somewhere, so eventually night fell and it was dark. And I remember being outside in the car, and Mum was like, come on. And me and my sister were just like, I don't know. So eventually we came out. She came out to the front door to greet us, and I was just like, hi, blah, blah, blah. You guys want a drink? You know, there's you know, the casual, friendly family stuff you do. So we came in, and I sat right next to that front door because I knew I wasn't going near that room. So I sat there, and I was just like, I didn't mention it to her because the thing is, I didn't want to say anything to my aunt because I feel like she has to sleep there, you know, I don't want to terrify her. So we didn't say anything, but me and my sister were looking at each other like, we need to go. So eventually, my aunt asked me to go to the back of the like house to get a drink, which is in the kitchen. And in order to walk to the kitchen, you have to kind of like, on this side, there's like a little passage and there's 2 rooms. And my eyes immediately kind of just like looked, but just to see like the edge of the 2 rooms, and I just kept thinking, oh my god, what if I see something? But I didn't see anything, luckily. And I wasn't going in there, I knew that for a fact, and that's actually where her husband was, and I was just like, hi, but I'm not coming to see you. So, it wasn't long, like, we wasn't there for that long, probably about half an hour max, because it was quite late, so we needed to get back on the road and get back to my other aunt's house. So we stayed there for a little while, and then eventually we left, and I was kind of just like, thank you, Jesus, that, you know, you didn't let me get possessed by anything in that house. So eventually we left, and we went back home. I came back to London with my family, and yeah, so time passed, and eventually my mum actually asked my aunt, who lived in the house, like, she told her about the situation that happened with me and my sister, and she was shocked, but she was really calm. And I remember being like, this one's a creep, like, why is she so calm? And then she was like, well, you know, my husband's dad used to live in the house and he died, and he always used to have on a long coat and a hat. So when she said this, I was kind of like, oh, okay, that doesn't make me feel better though. Like, what the hell, why is he watching me? I don't know him. And like, my aunt was like, I don't know, but he's probably just like guarding the house. And I'm just like, that's fine, but can he guard like the kitchen? Because my heart can't take it. So anyway, I'm just like, okay, putting 2 and 2 together, and now my sister and I are feeling a bit better, but we're still kind of petrified because I don't want to see no ghost man. So anyway, that is pretty much the entire situation that happened. And it's something that will never leave me, really. You know, it will always be in my head. It will always be very vivid to me. I will never forget it. And I thought it might be interesting to tell you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my first story time. I just want to disclose that this is 100% true. I hope you guys don't think that I'm sitting here making up shit, because I ain't got time. This is real, and I thought it would be interesting to share with you guys, so I really hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this story, I really would love it if you guys gave me a thumbs up, and maybe comment down below if you've ever been involved in anything like paranormal, if you ever seen anything creepy or experienced anything like that, then maybe just tell me I want to know your story, so tell me your story in the comment section. And yeah, just let me know if you've been in the same situation or something similar, because honestly, although it's been so long, it's still so clear in my head that it's kind of like haunting if I think about it, which is why I was a bit funny in the video. I'm sorry if you guys thought you need to calm down, I know. But it wasn't a nice sight. But I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless, and I hope to be doing loads. If you guys enjoy this video, basically, I will do loads more story times. I'll try to think back about stuff that's happened in my life or something that might be interesting to tell you guys. So if you enjoy it, let me know and I'll definitely film more. But yeah, that's the end of this video. By the way, I don't have any more experiences like this, like paranormal, because, you know, I was young then. Now, me and my relationship with the Lord above is very good, honey, so I ain't seeing no demon people. I don't know if it was a demon, I don't know if it was just his spirit, but me, I just, please, Jesus, I can't. So, everything's good now, you know, very strong connection with the Lord. He's got me, so yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.